check the quality and connection as usual, and we can get this cracking, I guess. So now Twitch, please show me some stats. Yeah, it seems to be live. Right, cool. So hi everyone, how's it going? Team here, and this is finally another live stream. I've been without internet for the past week, I guess, or so. So now I have a new connection, which is way faster and way more reliable, I hope. And it's time to get back to our development. So we finished, if I remember correctly, we finished with adding the plugin manager, and I did a video on it. And the next step would be to add chat to all of that. So this is what we're gonna start at least doing today. I don't know if we're gonna finish it or not, but we're, at least gonna try. So to make it easier for now, I'm just gonna disable the YouTube input, just, so that we have less stuff in the feed. And the output is more uniform, let's put it this way. Okay, so let's have a look at the app itself and see what exactly do we need to do here. So we're gonna get our, okay, this is all serious. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe the cache and I'm gonna restart the whole thing. Right, okay, so we got our anime stuff, we pick something. So this is the part we're interested in, right? So when we come to this screen, come on, load. Okay, can I read 0? Okay, I guess, I'm not logged in, right? So preload subtitle, and this is, okay, this is the bugs that we'll handle later. I guess that breaks the whole app. So this is like, because I coded everything quite quickly, I didn't really handle any broken cases, let's call it this way. So if you're not logged in, you won't actually be able to see the unauthorized episodes, obviously, the ones that are only for premium users, and so those doesn't work. Okay, so this is what we're interested in. We want to have chat here on the side the same way that Twitch right now has, if you're watching on Twitch. Let me just fire it up real quick. I'll open my own channel. So we want to have something similar to this, right? Let me just mute it real quick. On Twitch, I don't want to hear myself, please. No, yeah, okay, I'm muted, good. So we don't want to with all the bars and everything, because this is kind of useless, but I think this theater mode is pretty representable to actually what we want to see. And now we're going to get to Inception, but you get the idea, hopefully. So I'm going to close it before it blows my mind. Okay, so what we need to do first is we need to take video.js and make it responsible, or no, responsive. No, not responsible, that's a wrong word to use here. Okay, let's see, video.js responsive, yes. Video.js, yeah, there you go. So that looks like a guide that we want. Obviously I have my JavaScript disabled, so that probably is why it doesn't really look like video.js. Okay, to scale video.js, blah, 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 change some, okay. So this is for version 5.4. Now the question is, which one do we use? I think we're using 6 or something, right? No, this is 5.19. Okay, so this should be still fine. Okay, so we got some classes. Let us go to, was it? No, it was in the page itself, right? It was over here. Maybe we should do some renaming because this gets confusing. Okay, so we got the video.js class name, and there is another class. It's called VJS default skin. Let us add that. And there's also data setup, which I don't know if we, yeah, let's just do that. So why not? I guess maybe that adds something to it, but that's fine. Okay, so let's see, control. So those are the sources. That doesn't matter. Set up for responsive design. So we need a wrapper, and we need a video content, and then the video.js itself. Okay, I actually removed the second class, so I don't know why I just did that. Okay then. Okay, so we need wrappers, right? Yes, let's do this. So class name. This is gonna be let's call it more explicitly video wrapper. And then this is gonna be class name video content. Let's do it with hyphens all the way, so it's a bit more consistent. Okay, there we go. And I think maybe, do we want to use CSS here, or do we just maybe want to use it in line for now? Ah, there we go. This is what we want. We want data fluid through true, right? So this is not. No, that looks terrible. Please no. There we go. And I think that should work. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. VGS 16:9. Yes, that does. Okay, so we do need this VGS default skin class after all. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so now the breaks. Big play centered. Yeah, why not? Because I was kind of curious why the button was all over the place, but everywhere but center. Wait, but what about our custom CSS classes and everything? Setting up for video content and 2 CSS with 90 and max with 650. It has the main, that sounds very strange. I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, you know what? Let's first try to apply the classes to the video, because the whole wrapping thing sounds a bit, because those seems to be the default VGS classes. So I feel like it should support all of that stuff right out of the box, right? So, okay, let's try to restart and see how exactly the player looks now. Because theoretically we're using Flexbox, so if we convert the player or its holder to Flexbox, it should theoretically scale on its own, right? Does it scale? It does kinda, but not by height. So right now it scales by width, which I guess is fine. Oh wait, what is it? Unexpected token, JSON, position. So it does. This should be JSON, which means we need to. That doesn't work. Okay, I guess then we can just really pass in the JSON. Wonder if fluid true. No, that's not correct, right? So I think I'll just do it this way. So I'm just gonna pass in a string. There you go. That should work. Okay, let's try that and see if that works. Maybe it's a good idea to read the video.js docs. That's usually a good idea, to read the documentation for the library you're using. Okay, I'm worried. No, not. Okay, so I guess it takes the height, excluding this, the top bar that we have, right? This is probably why it doesn't scale correctly. Or maybe, okay, this is the video itself. This is the nav, and let us try. So class is Flex, I believe it was. Which framework did we use? We use a Bulma.js, right? Let me see. It's been a week since I worked on it, and I forgot half of the things we did here. Yeah, we do use Bulma.js. Okay, so let's try this. Display Flex. Flex direction is gonna be column, because this is what we want. And then what we need here is we need to say flex. No, wait, we need this one to be flex grow 1, right? So this theoretically, but it should be also a display flex, right? I think. I'm still not quite proficient with Flexbox, as I am with pretty much anything else in terms of CSS. 600 and so 700 pixels, and the full height is 747, so that looks fine, but it seems like the video itself doesn't really, you know, maybe it's okay that it scales by width. So what we actually want here is, let's just leave it at that for now. I mean, you know, CSS is a thing that you can fiddle with for ages and not get it correct anyway. So what we actually want here is we want to put that inside of the column, and then add another column on the right side, where we will include the, what do you call it? The chat, right? Okay, so we got the body is either loading or we see the thing. So in this case, that means that body will be persistent. No, class name is going to be columns, I believe. Let me have a quick look in the Bulma.js docs. We might be referencing this a bit later. So yeah, you got, okay, we can actually pass it. Yeah, that's actually way better. So we don't need this data setup bonkers, because we're calling the function anyway. Plugins, and we want to tell it to be fluid, right? So this is actually all we need to do. That's good. Way better. VGS fluid. Default skin centered 16 by 9. Ah, maybe that's why. So maybe if we do this, it will actually be at least what I expect it to be. Okay, let us continue with columns. Let me think. Documentation. We want grid and we want columns. Then we want column number 1, which will contain our player. That should be actually class name here. But no, I'm messing up. And then we want a class name column 2, which will be, let's just say chat will be here, right? And in this case, we actually want it to be small. So we want the other column to scale in the same way that it's automatic. So like this one. But here it says 1/4. I don't know if 1/4 is maybe too big. Maybe you can say it is 2, maybe? Is that too small? Let's have a look. Yarn start. Let's see how that looks. And then, so basically what we will need to do after that is we need to build a simple WebSocket server. Yeah, that looks a bit too small, but the player, no, it still scales beyond. So if I make it full screen, no, that looks fine. I mean, it's not terrible. We can work on it later. Okay. So is2 is fine on big screen, but not fine on a small screen. So maybe we do it the same way that Twitch does. And let's have a look here. What kind of, if we put it into the full screen mode, or whatever is called theater mode, come on. They have it persistent, doesn't matter what your resolution, yeah, so it only scales the video. So I'm interested in this chat thing. It is 500 pixels width, right? So 340. Okay, so you know what? Let's use best practices and just say that it's gonna be 340 pixels width. So I'm just gonna use styling for now, 340. Let us check if that looks any good. Okay, so there we go. This is our episode. That is not 340 at all. Okay, what did I mess up? Column with 340. That's not 340. Why does it flex? I guess we don't need flex. We need flex grow here. Maybe max width as well. Wait. There we go. Okay, so this is what we want. We want to put width and max width as well. Max width 342. So we fix it in one specific size, right? Stop doing that, please. Okay, and now, is there a? Okay, wait a second. So we get this fluid thing. Preload, blah blah blah. Video.js float. Video.js 70%. Okay, so. But I'm more worried about height of it. This is the problem. Preview player dimensions. X, min width, min height, relative. Yeah, this is what I want to do, right? So we got flex 130. Okay, let's see if that actually helps it. So here, flex 130%. That doesn't seem to do literally anything. Because I think this is not flex, right? Yeah, it's display flex, and then yeah, this is not okay. Well, okay, whatever. You know what? I don't want to meddle with CSS right now. It can take ages, as I already mentioned. Let's do something more productive. Okay, let's see if there's any other class that would just automatically scale it to wherever is needed, but doesn't really seem so. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It's okay. All right, so we got the chat there, and in chat, what we need is actually we need the input at the bottom, right? Class name something. So, and then we need class name something else. So this is gonna be the chat history here, and this is gonna be the chat input, which I'm just gonna go over here, take some form elements, and I mean, technically it should just be the input message in a button, right? Like input field, sorry, not a message. Do we have a combined field with a button? Yeah, something like this. That looks perfect. Let's just get that. So we just take it and paste over here. Yeah, okay, obviously you cannot format it because class equals, that is not correct. Class name. What? Input, non-closing input. Yes, there you go, JSX. Okay, much better. What is copy? Copy is not what I want. Okay, so we got this input type text. So send a message, for example. And this is going to be sent. Is useInfo is fine, whatever. And then this is going to be flex, and this is going to be style equal flex grow 1. I think that's correct. I always mess it up, so don't take my word on it. This is also going to be flex, and this is actually should be flex, right? So and this is going to be style. Actually should extract styles into a separate CSS file here, but we're going to do that slightly later. So this is going to be flex grow 1 as well, and I don't know if I need to. Okay, let's see how that looks, because I don't remember what's the default direction. Maybe we need to change direction a bit. Right, let's see. So we launch something. That is not correct at all. Let us see. So this is the thing. Yes, please click on that. There you go. Okay. So we got this thing. It is, no, it is not flex for whatever reason. I guess the column actually overrides flex. So display flex. There you go. And then flex direction is gonna be column. And now it works. Okay, so I was correct, but it just the flex doesn't really apply correctly, basically. Okay, but this is not. Okay, so let's see. Is it flex? It is flex. Okay, so why is it doesn't? Is it flex direction again? So flex direction. No, it's not. Okay, so maybe I screwed up. Is it the control itself doesn't grow? Flex grow 1, and that actually should be flex itself, right? No, it is already flex. Okay. So why the hell doesn't it grow? Or it is. Okay, it's grown. Okay, good. So we need. Okay, what did I just change? Let us not forget that. So we did this display flex and flex direction column. This doesn't apply, so this should be forced via styles, basically. Display flex direction column. There we go. Okay, this is going to be flex grow. This is correct. This is going to be flex. Not this is. I mean, I think it should be flex grow as well. Maybe. Let's see. So this should be flex grow, and then I think does this need flex grow? Okay, this is that. This one is the curious. Yeah. Okay, so they both need to be flex grow because otherwise it won't take the whole place. And then to make it look a bit nicer, we're just gonna say that this one is gonna have margin right, I guess, like 10 px. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay, so you are gonna have style margin right 10, right? Okay, let us restart and check that it actually looks as it should look. And if that works, we should do the simple socket server. There you go. So actually now should nicely scale. Yep. I guess it will hide us, yeah, as soon as we get out of bounds. But that might be, wait a second. Can I just solve it by saying that, no, what? Where's my app? There you go. That this div, this one, right? Just say max width, no wait, max width is 100%. Can that be the case? Nope. Okay, maybe if we turn all of that into Flexbox. So let's see. Display flex, right? Flex direction column. Then with 100%, 800%. So this is now, why is it not containers? Is it because it's in a container? I guess maybe this is the reason. Okay, let's see, flex grow 1. Guess we can just say flex grow 1, right? So this, it also needs percents at the end. No, oh no, wait, this is just flex. This is what we want. Yeah, so it's flex grow, flex shrink, flex base is 30%, but I guess we actually want something like 70% here. And the question is, will that work as I expected to? Probably not, because I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, you know what, whatever. As I said, keep doing that. All right, so we got this stuff, which actually makes more sense to extract into chat components. So I'm going to say chat over here, say index.js, and we're going to create a new chat component. So let me just copy that. Now that maybe is a bad idea. Yeah, something like this, chat. Export default, so we don't need Lodash here, we don't really need link here. I'm gonna take all of columns. Yeah, there we go. This is what we know. This is what we want, right? I guess with a parent as well. Okay, so this is gonna be our chat format, and this is gonna be chat. So we're gonna import that chat from components chat. There we go. Yep, come on. There we go. Okay, we don't really use that link, it seems. Yes, we're not. Okay, I'm gonna kill it. That looks fine. Okay, so for now, chat won't really take any parameters. So in theory, basically what I want to do is that I want to have a separate chat for each video you can watch, right? So that people kind of, in the same manner again as Twitch or YouTube Live or whatever, can discuss the current episodes whenever they want. But for now, we'll start with implementing the generic chat that will have everything. Okay, let's see. Is there episode? We don't really have any classes right yet. I'm not sure we will need one, but okay, it's fine. So let us work on the chat components. So what do we need? Actually, we'll need a class here. So this is gonna be class chat extends React component. And this is gonna be a render function. There we go. I'm gonna return this and this, and this is going to be closed, and this is going to be closed, and done. Complexity is 15. How the hell do you calculate? Now that is, I just installed this plugin that calculates complexity, but it seems like it does it a bit in a strange way for JSX at least. So you know what? Code metrics, it was a thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna disable that for now. Thank you very much. Just disabled you, what the hell? I reload, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so let me just quickly reload the workspace, because no, I don't have 15 complexity here. It's just JSX tags, just divs. There's no complexity there, which is also a lie actually, but you know, it's not that hard. Pure function, yeah, okay. I know that you don't like my constructor props, so we're gonna say super props, and then we're gonna have this state. So for now it's just gonna be empty, so it stops complaining. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to so first of all, we need a WebSocket server, right? So we need to connect somewhere to send and receive messages. Node.js WebSocket. So I don't know what's the trendiest library to use now. Okay, so what I'm going to do here as well is I'm going to just go to the root and create a folder here called chat server. Let's just call it this way, right? It's going to be index.js, and it's going to be super stupid. So we're going to take, I mean, I guess we can just, like, you know what? Express WebSocket. So Express is my go-to server for just about everything. And there's, of course, there's ExpressVS. So we are going to say, so we can't really do that in this folder, right? Because this is all packages related to Electron. So what I'm going to do is yarn init over here. It's going to be chat server version 1, simple WebSocket chat server, index.js, repository whatever, author whatever, MIT. Yes, that sounds good. And yeah, this created the package JSON for us. So we're going to say yarn add express vs. And then we'll see if we need anything else. There you go. That looks like a good example. So we're just going to take that and place it here. Gonna say const here. So middleware, we don't need middleware. I don't care about that. We don't care about roots as well. So we care about this part, right? So this is where our WebSockets come into play. Okay, so socket, yeah, there he goes. This is okay. Let me just refactor that real quick. Express vs. Okay, setup. Let's call it this setup vs, and then setup vs. We're gonna call it on app, right? Like this. So this apply sockets to express. All right, we need to do it on the app. Okay, so this init express app, apply sockets, and then set up route. Okay, there we go. Looks fine. So once we, yeah, okay, 3000. So if I do now node index, that should start. Yes, please. All right, I just updated node recently. It's 8.1 now, by the way. Some pretty cool stuff in Node 8. Okay, so we did that. Now, component did mount, right? So we want on mount, we need, I'm always forgetting how WebSockets work on client. There's also libraries for client side, but I am not going to use them right now because most of the time there's actually no point in doing that unless, you know, you need to support some like crazy legacy browsers that don't know how to do WebSockets. And then there's like Socket.io and other things that do polyfills. But we're not going to do that. I mean, we're inside of Electron.js, which supports WebSockets for sure. So we're going to do it simple way. So this is our WebSocket connection, right? And this sockets and, okay, we're just going to do this simple thing. Yes, there you go. So this way, actually, this will function as we expect it to do inside the arrow functions. I don't really care about events here. So basically, when I start the, let me open another tab here. When I start our Electron app and go to the any episode, we should see in the server the message that it sends, and here in the network tab, we should also see the WebSocket connection establishing. There you go. There it is. And we should see the frames. Hello server. There you go. And we actually indeed saw hello server over here. So it works. Right. So what do we need to do? Like this is actually the simplest WebSocket connection you can ever establish, right? So you establish connection, you send messages over it. The whole point of WebSocket is that you can keep that connection open, so you don't have to do the all, you know, handshakes and everything, the stuff that usually takes ages to do with HTTP requests. That's one thing. And two is that if you have a WebSocket connection open, server can actually push data to your site. So if you want like real push from the server, so you don't want to like query for it or ask for it every 5 seconds or whatever, WebSockets is really your only option. Okay, so let me think. So we have our, wait a second, where do we use chat? I forgot, we use it in episode. We have our episode thing, right? Which is, Episode. So what the hell is our episode? I already forgot. This state episode. So let us, you know what, let us console log episode because I don't remember what it is. See, I'm a very good developer. I forgot half of my code in a week time. All right, let us have a look at the Berserk. Yes, there you go. I think it's an episode object, right? Yeah, there you go. Okay, stop. No, please stop. There we go. And I think we can use this ID over here because this is going to be persistent among all clients, right? So to actually, okay, let's do it this way. Episode is going to be episode, so we just pass the episode to the chat server, which means that here in the props episode, no, it's not gonna be console log prop. It's not gonna pass it right away, right? Because it still loads the first time we actually it's getting rendered essentially. So when it's constructed, it won't get the episode. Yeah, so it's gonna get null. So what we want to do is we want to wait. So we're going to say episode props episode just in case. And then component will receive props next props. I hope I did not misspell that. I probably did. Okay, let me. You know what? Let me just Google that. Yeah, I did miss. I always misspell receive for some reason. It's like I swapped the I and E for like completely opposite way, which is stupid mistake, I know, but this is something I do on a consistent basis, and I cannot make myself to fix that, which is annoying. Okay, where is it? Blah 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 blah. Come on, where is it? There you go. So next props, and you don't really have to. Yeah, okay, you don't have to do anything in there. So basically what we're gonna do is say next props episode is not undefined. I mean, okay, I guess we can just say like this, right? No, this is if it's there, right? Gonna do a set state episode next props episode. So we're gonna just pick it. In theory, we also should check if they are equal with the current episode in the state, because, you know, we don't want to update it needlessly, which I guess we can do because we do have a Lodash, right? Import from Lodash. There we go. And then, I mean, no, well, we don't even need Lodash here, right? Because we know ID. So if next props episodes underscore ID is unequal, the state episodes ID. This is what we do. So if they are different episodes and if the episode is indeed there, we just set it to the next props, and actually don't want to did mount, or do we? No, we don't want to did mount, right? Because it mounts before it actually gets this props. So what we want to do is we want to create a new function which will be called connect to server, and so this is what we're going to do here. We're going to say this connect to server, right? So as soon, if you don't know, the set state has a callback, which is executed once the set has been state. So the state has been set. The state is updated. So once the state is updated, we're going to call the connect to server because we can already get the episode. So we're going to say const episode is going to be this state. So we pick it from the state. And then we're going to construct the URL, which is going to be, this is going to be our URL base. For now, I'll just hard code it to localhost, but we're going to change it later. And then it's going to be episode underscore ID. And I'm just going to say connect to URL. And the thing is that actually, how does it, I closed it, right? Do I still have it in my cache? Yeah, so we have that, right? So this is how the URLs look. So what we need to do is we need to match it to series and then episode, right? And this is the format that we should follow. So, Okay, I don't care about that stuff. And right, okay, let me think about that for a minute. So we connect to that, we unopen. We don't care about opening event right now, at least. And on message, we should add that to the chat log, right? So series episode VS on. So VS is our socket, and then basically what we need to do is what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna store chat persistently, which is, you know, something you would want to do if you do something like Twitch or whatever, any other web service where you actually want clients to reread the chat and come to the chat when it's reopened or whatever. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to store all the clients in memory, and then I'm going to store chat sessions, which will be basically key value or key array in this case, to just send to whoever is, you know, joins as a new person. Okay. So first of all, request params. So it's gonna be series and episodes. I think log new connection for series episodes just to test, and then basically chat sessions. So if const chat key is gonna be series plus episode. Chat key, if it doesn't exist, we say that this is a new array, so this array will only hold messages. So VS, okay, let me see this, the WebSocket Express VS thing. Where's the GitHub? So this VS instance is what? Get VSS. VS instance app. VS get VSS applied router. VS instance is, what is VS instance? I guess it's the VS thing. Okay, let's have a look at the source code. Index apply method VS on connection request VS socket. So socket is, what is socket here? Server on, yeah, okay, so this is our socket, and VS server is exactly this VS, so node VS. This is the other library that we looked in, so this is what we have to look for. We don't need React anymore. So on open, yes, this is what we want. But actually we don't care about open, right? So because we can just say clients, because it's already connected. So because the Express handles this for us, push VS. And then we need to listen on, what's the event? Close, disconnect, message, close, yeah, on close, okay. So on close, I guess, I mean, how do we, you can't really say clients delete this one, right? Okay, the question is, does VS has some sort of identification property or something? Examples, no, library, WebSocket, constructor, so it's a class, and ready state bytes received, extensions protocol. So it looks like not what we want. Sender receiver is some other classes. I mean, I guess the stupidest way would be just to give it a new, like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say yarn add, what was it, node UUID or something. So he's gonna assign the unique IDs to it on our own. Yeah, the node UUID. Again, you know, this is a very stupid way of, okay, wait a second, no, remove. This is just UUID, right? Okay, UUID v4, no, v1, I guess time-based would work better, because we're gonna have a lot of clients, and or theoretically we will have a lot of clients. So okay, and then const client ID is gonna be this for with client client ID, which means that then we say vs let's just call it UUID, because why the hell not, client ID. And then clients, we're gonna do so we actually need to find the index, so const client index, clients find index of clients, so that client UUID is equal client ID, right? And what we want to say is delete clients. No, delete won't work. We need to, because delete will make it undefined, which is not what we want. We need to slice it, or was it splice or slice? God damn it. Sometimes JavaScript and array methods give me headaches. Array, I think it's slice or splice. Is it slice or splice? Array. Array reference on MDN. Yes, thank you very much. So we have slice, which is returns. Okay, and then we have splice, I guess, that modifies the array in place. Splice changes the contents of array. There we go. So splice start number is our client index, delete count 1, and that's it. That's what we want to do. No, client index. Thank you very much. So this will remove the client from our array. Yes, I know that you don't like assign index and store in memory DB. There we go. Okay. So we store it now. Theoretically, if we just start it right now and come on, and start the app, we should see the, hopefully it doesn't crash and I made everything correctly, but we'll find out in a second. Nope, it doesn't. Can read property ID of null. This state episode. Okay, yeah, so this is a bug in the client indeed. So if this episode and, because this state episode might be undefined, right, and then we cannot really read from it. Let's do that. Berserk. There we go. Pause that, and if we look at this server, nothing happens, which is a bit strange. Where's our WebSocket XHR? Okay. That's a bit weird. Oh, right, okay. Ah, right, okay, yeah, so this is what I want. So this basically should be if this one doesn't exist or IDs are not equal, right? This is what I want to do. So it should be a bit different. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Conditions can be tricky. I mean, that is sometimes a bit too much. Let's see, that should actually make it work. Yeah, couldn't. Ah, there you go. Okay, new connection for series episode. That looks fine with client ID. Perfect. So, and now if I close the client, yeah, okay, I don't really log right now. So this should be console log, client disconnected, client ID, and then, you know what, let me just do it this way. Clients, it's just log, you know, that's on the connect console. Maybe we should do it like this and log it at the very end once we set up everything. /n clients. So let's just clients it. There we go. Restart that, start this, and we should see as the disconnect is hopefully handled correctly. Okay, this is our, yeah, okay, the client looks incredibly large right now, but we do have a WebSocket. And if let me just put a few line breaks here. If I close this right now, we should see client disconnected and the array is empty. Exactly, cool. So this works as intended. Let me think. So this connects. We don't care about open. We do have to handle messages from server. But this, I guess, you know what? So basically we set up the core. We have everything in place ready for messaging. And maybe let's just wrap it up here for today. I feel like that's a good place to stop. Okay, so git add chat server. Commit that, add simple WebSocket server that remembers clients, because you know that's really all we did right now. Git add source. No, wait a second. This is not correct. So this is I don't want to add this, right? Because this is whoops. There we go. Okay, yeah. Let me check just that. Okay, this is our chat component. Yeah. Git commit, add simple chat component, and make video.js player fluid. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna push that right now, and I guess let's just stop here. So next time we're gonna implement messaging and reloading the history, I guess. So this is, let me just do that. And reloading the history of, or fetching the history of the chat, or I guess receiving the history of the chat from the server. So basically what we want is we want to store the history in this chat session thing. And whenever the new client connects, the first thing he should get, which actually should be on, that is not correct. Lib, please show me VS. No, that's what I want to see. So on open, yes. So we should be, you know, we should be something like VS on open. Should VS send basically chat sessions chat key, right? So we should send the history back. Obviously this won't work because the client expects, so we need to distinguish between the whole history and specific messages in some way. Maybe we don't. Again, this is something I will have to think about a bit. But yeah, I think the next time we'll basically finish the chat, then I'll make a video about it, and then we'll come to sort of what we have left. We have testing the specific Electron stuff, packaging it, doing Electron updates, and all that kind of stuff. So we're actually almost done with the whole thing. But yeah, let's stop here. Thank you for watching, and as always, I see you next time. Bye!